Good morning. This is for the Math 110 and 120 online course. This is a video that I'm putting together just to kind of help with the first day of class and first day of online and just a lot of stuff to go over, and I thought this would be about the best way to go over it. I hope you can see I do have a little video camera in my office, and three things that really you need to be aware of is: one, you need to be aware of tctc.edu. Two, you need to be aware of Blackboard. And you need to be aware of MyLabs Plus. Now, these are the three things that you will be using this semester. Now, I'm not a big user of Blackboard. I use MyLabs Plus for all my assignments and all my homework. So I will suggest that you be very familiar with MyLabs Plus. I'm going to talk about several of these things. While I'm talking about them, you will be able to see my desktop, and that way you can see where everything is. Hopefully you should be seeing that right about now. And one thing we will talk about is the handouts that I'll be sending out. I'll be sending out handouts about the first week of class, right before the first day of class and after the first day of class, to make sure everybody gets them going through DropAd. I'll be sending out the syllabus. Here's the syllabus outline. One thing I will tell students to organize the first day is to take the number of units and divide that into the number of weeks. We have 10 weeks into the semester, 10 weeks into the summer semester. So each unit, whether you're in Math 110 or Math 111, has 4 units. So what I would do is take 10 weeks and divide it by 4. 10 weeks divided by 4 will give you 2.5 weeks. So 10 weeks divided by 4 units give you 2.5 weeks per unit. So what I tell students to do, I tell students to take the calendar and the syllabus and put the dates down that you think you'll be, if you are not good at piecewise functions, and you might want to put in 2 days for that. You've got 14 to 16 days, 14 to 17 days, somewhere in there, for Unit 1 test. So you need to go through your calendar and on your phone or hard copy calendar and put down dates or weeks that you're going to work on these sections, and 2.5 weeks into the semester you should have in your calendar Unit 1 test. Now, I give a week for students to take a Unit 1 test. So I will probably put the Unit 1 test up around that 2.5 week. If the 2.5 week falls on January 15th, then I'll start it on January 12th, and I'll let it last until January 17th or something like that. So you are responsible for taking the syllabus and your calendar and figuring out 2.5 weeks and how to use that 2.5 weeks. That's your responsibility. And again, like I said, 10 weeks divided by 4 units is equal to 2.5 weeks per unit. Utilize the videos. I have my videos at YouTube, www.youtube.com. I'll show you that. Go to YouTube. I'll just go here, I guess. There we go. There's ratemyprofessor.com. And when you go to YouTube, you look up Hubert McClure. And you'll see two pictures. One is a green shirt. The green shirt is for tutorials, and I'll get to that in just a minute. The blue shirt is my classes. So what you would do is click on the blue shirt and go to playlist over here, library. And the last 110 that I taught was this semester, this spring semester. And there it is right there, and you can click on that, and I will be going over the material accordingly. There's the first day, there's the second day, and then so on. It's in chronological order. So I will be covering the same thing that, I'm not going to play that, but you can see I go over the syllabus, I go over the handouts, all that information the first couple of days. The second day, I'll cover my Labs Plus, and I'll go over my Labs Plus eventually. There we go, and go into my Labs Plus, and it tells you how to get in there and what to do and all that stuff. So you won't be lost there. It tells you how to do the questions. It tells you how to use the buttons over here. So it shows you how to do all that stuff. Okay. And I can't stand to hear myself talk. So there is your Math 110 videos. Now, something else I will also do, that's the green shirt. If you go back to the green shirt, these are virtual office hours. In my office, I will go over office hours just like I'm going over, things right here. This is Math 120. And doing problems in the office, just like if you was to come into my office and ask me a question. So I can do that for you also. So it's kind of hard not to pass my course because I'm so techno geek or whatever you want to call it, and I communicate with my students. So if you want to communicate or get a question done virtual office hours, which means like this camera right here, then you would text me, call my office and say, Hubert, I got a question. Can you go over it? And I'll even let you join in on the meeting through Skype. Y'all have, each student has has Office 2013, which has Skype for Business in it. So that way you can do the questions. I can do them for you, and I will post them on the green shirt section of my videos. So that's how you do that. I will send also with the first week of class, I will send my locator card, which looks like that. I will send my information about me. I will do that. I'll send all of those via email. So check your email via tricountytechnicalcollege.edu, tctc.edu, and you will find that. Something else I need to talk about is Blackboard. Here's Blackboard. And Blackboard, when you pull it up, now I don't use Blackboard a lot, so I don't want you thinking that everything I do is on Blackboard. It's not. You click on your class. The two things that I want you to worry about Blackboard, there's two things. One, I want you to click on to the attendance verification. Attendance verification. This is for us to know that you are sitting in the first day of class. When you do this verification, attendance verification, that is telling student records and the teacher and whoever needs to know that you're sitting in the classroom the first day of class. Now, of course, you're not sitting in the classroom, you're sitting in an online class, but there's no way to tell that, so that's what the verification for. So that's number one. Make sure you do that attendance verification. Each week, I will be putting attendance verifications on my Labs Plus, and they will be consistent of questions little quizzes called verification quizzes that will be sent to you, or will be on the My Labs Plus, and will start on Monday, and they will end on Saturday at midnight. Start on Monday, end on Saturday at midnight. You got a whole week to take it, 5 questions. The questions will come from the syllabus as well as the handouts that I sent to you via email. So make sure you read them. Number 2 on Blackboard, you need to register onto My Labs Plus. Now, there's going to be people that say, well, I don't have my access code. There is My Labs Plus. There is a 14-day waiting period, trial period, that you can go ahead and register. Registering onto Blackboard and registering onto My Labs Plus is very important. You have to do it through Blackboard. These 2 things get you registered into the course and My Labs Plus. So do not skip these 2 things. Make sure you do the attendance verification the first day of class, first day you log on, and then make sure you go through My Labs Plus Bridge and register onto My Labs Plus. Now, if you're in the trial period, you got 14 days to get your access code. With My Labs Plus, there's 3 ways to get your access code. 1, you actually get it with the book. You get it with the book, or you get it in the bookstore, or you get it online. Whichever way you want to get it, it's up to you. But you have to have the access code to remain in the class, or the My Labs course, My Labs Plus course. Now, like I said, all of my assignments and all of my tests are in My Labs Plus. So you need to get on to My Labs Plus in order to take advantage of the online homework as well as the test. So, again, the 2 most important things on Blackboard. 1, make sure you do the attendance verification. 2, make sure you go to My Labs Bridge and log on to and register onto My Labs Plus. Go through if you got your access code, go ahead and punch it through. If you don't have your access code, go ahead and register. That way we'll have you in the class and the course, both, and then get your access code and get in during the 14-day trial period. And you can go ahead and be working on assignments during those 14 days. Do not say, oh, I'll just wait till I get my access code. If you do that, then that's going to cause problems. Again, the first thing you need to do is do your attendance verification and then do your My Labs Bridge and cross over into there and get into My Labs Plus and register there. Now, once you register in those 2 things, then you'll be ready to go for the class. Again, on My Labs Plus, I will be setting up, and I'm going to go ahead and write this down for you. In My Labs Plus, there will be a weekly verification quiz. And it'll consist of 5 questions. It will start on Monday at 8 a.m. and it will end on Saturday at midnight. And these are just 5 questions from the handouts and syllabus. Why do I do this? Because Tri-County Tech policy says that we have to take attendance during an online class. Now, how do you take attendance in an online class? Well, this is how we do it. We give you this assignment, and it's weekly, and it'll be about the same questions, if not the same, maybe a little bit different, but they all come from one little part. Some people put your name. What is your name? And that's I figure at least I ought to make it productive, so that's why I put it, questions from the syllabus and handouts, dates, all that good stuff. So that's why I do it. And if you don't do this during that week, then you will be counted absent for that week. The attendance for online classes are done weekly, not daily. So that Sunday I will put in, if you do this assignment before midnight Saturday, then you will have a check mark for attendance for that week. If you don't do it by midnight, then you will get an absence. Okay? If you don't do it, you'll get absent. If you do it, you'll get a check mark for being present for that week. Okay? It's not my policy. It's Tri-County Tech's policy, and I don't have anything to do with that as far as abiding by it. I have to abide by it. Okay? Now, what about TCTC? Well, we'll just go to TCTC, and I'm going to shut off my video right now. Okay? We'll go to TCTC, and I'll show you what you need to be aware of on TCTC. And what you need to be aware of is the message center, number 1. It also logs you out every 15 seconds. Message center. And at the message center, when it comes up, you need to be aware of this section right here. Academic calendar and exam schedule. And that's just what it is. The academic calendar gives you the academic calendar for the semester. I had it up here a while ago. And there's your summer semester. And there's your dates. So you would get out your calendar just like you did with your sections. You print it out and you write down, okay, the first day of class is May 16th. The last date of withdrawal from Section A is June 27th. We do not have to come to school on July 4th. These are test questions for those verification quizzes. When's the last day of class? The last day of class is July 25th. When's the exams for Section A, 26th through 28th? Those are dates that you should be writing down in your calendar or on your phone. You should be putting those dates in. Boom, they're in there. That way you'll know. Anything else that you think is important during those Section A, that you need to put them in because you're in Section A, which lasts 10 weeks. Okay? The exam schedule. The exam schedule, I had it on here. It's gone. Click on exam schedule, and it'll tell you what day you tell them what day you meet. Well, of course, you're an online class. So online class will be the 26th to the 25th to the 28th or whatever it said back there. And I'll just put the test up. You take it whenever you can. I'm pretty open with dates. I'm not going to give you like 2 hours to do the test and then the test shuts off. I'm going to give you a few days. Usually I give a week, but whatever. Those are two important things. Also on TCTC, your email. Your email is right there. Check it, especially with an online class. You need to check it. Get connected. That's how you get to Starfish, which is a way for you to communicate with your advisor. If you want to know who your advisor is, you click on Get Set, Academic Advisor, right there. Identify my academic advisor. If you need to look up classes, go down here to Get Set, number 4, and you can register and look up classes for fall. So that Get Set key, that Get Set is very important. So as you can tell, the three vehicles that are going to be the vehicles for this course are Blackboard at the beginning of the class, and then you're going to use mostly MyLabs Plus for the course, Math 110 or Math 120, and then as a student, you're going to be using etc. throughout the semester to find things or to find dates or whatever the case may be. So with that, this first video, hopefully that'll get you started. Again, I'm going to go over the most important things. Number one, make sure my video is working. Hold on just a second. There. Number one, check your email. I will be sending out an email the first week of class, before the first day of class and after the first day of class. It will contain your syllabus. The way I send it, I'll send one email and have all my syllabus, all of my syllabi for all my classes. So if you're in Math 110, you click on the Math 110 syllabi and print it out. There's no reason for you to click on the Math 120 if you're in Math 110. If you're in Math 110, you pick the Math 110. If you're in Math 120, you pick the Math 120. Don't do like one of my students and print out all 4 syllabi. That's ridiculous. You will also receive handouts about me, about the way I conduct class, about the way I think as a teacher. I think that's very important. Now, your verification, attendance verification, weekly verifications will come from these 2 things. What branch of the service did I serve in? What is my name? What is my office number? That kind of stuff. What is the weights of your test and homework? That comes from the syllabus. What is the name of your book? That comes from the syllabus. All that information is going to be on your weekly MyLabs Plus verifications. Okay, so make sure you check your email, print these out, and read them, and highlight information that you think is important. My email and my cell number and my office number, that's a test question. Last day of class, that's a test question. Final exam week dates, that's a test question. All these are little test questions that we can use on the quiz to do your weekly attendance verification. So that's the first thing. Check your email. Like I say, I'll send those out probably 2 or 3, 4 days before the first day of class, and the last week of class I'll send it out 2 more times. 2, get on Blackboard. Blackboard the first day of class. First day of class, you need to get on Blackboard. And the 2 things that you need to do on Blackboard is you need to do the attendance verification assignment. I think it asks you your name. Attendance verification. Make sure you get that done. The second thing you need to do is you need to go to the MyLabs Plus bridge. And you need to register on to MyLabs Plus and attendance verification. Those 2 things verify you for this semester in the class. After that, it's all on MyLabs Plus. And 3, you need to get on MyLabs Plus, and you need to follow the second day of, MyLabs Plus, and you need to follow the second day video, which tells you how to use MyLabs Plus. Second day video on YouTube. Okay, now I taught Math 120 last semester, and I taught Math 110 last semester, which is spring 2016. So for the Math 120, you need to look up on the library spring Math 120 2016. And for the Math 110, you need to look up, as I did a while ago, you need to look up spring Math 110 2016. There's other videos on there and you can watch them, you're welcome to, but I figure I'd just also for the Math 120 students, I will be teaching Math 120 in class. You're welcome to come to class if you can, or you're welcome to watch the videos from this summer, but they will be posted daily right after I teach the class. So that's a little bit of a rundown of what you need to be doing the first day of class. You need to be doing these things, as well as getting on and watching the first and second day video in your respective classes, Math 120 or Math 110. So I hope this video helps you out, and hope we have a good semester.